workshop where the 3-foot aquarium, 50 gallon, is being built. The aquarium stand, should I say, and I am going to be talking to and working with the carpenter that is actually building the stand. This is how it is at the end, but we are going to look at it while it is being worked on to reach to this section. Stay tuned.
Alright, sir, so here we are closing the pores and the different lines that are there. So this sanding sealer is just like using automotive finish filler. It's lock the pores same way. Anyway, there is a little dent or so.
The opening.
Yes,
so the opening is too wide. You can close it.
Yeah, so it doesn't really give strength to the board. It just gives the board itself the natural beauty.
So when you finish it looks like a
complete surface. It's just a filling.
So is it like purchased like at the shop, or is something you have to mix?
This filler is something that most furniture person will use it. I mix it myself. It's just the sawdust I use with the sanding sealer. So the sawdust, here's the sawdust.
Sanding sealer.
Sanding
sealer. Where will we get this for buy?
At the hardware.
And this is for this particular purpose.
Yes.
So you mix the sanding sealer.
The sanding sealer is really to seal the pores of the board.
Yeah.
Before it is sprayed.
Yeah.
And that's what it is used for. But I just use it as a means to course the pores of that which needs to be closed.
So when you finish here, what are you going to do? You're going to sand
I
off?
just sand it off, yes, and it becomes one clean, nice, clean, pretty surface. The level, flat, the same, anything you want.
So you can use this on concrete?
No. It can be used, but it will not stay. Because there's nothing to bond with the concrete itself.
So you have any version where you can work with the concrete?
Concrete, you'll use a bankcrete or something like that, some bonding agents. But this one is really for board, right? And if you realize I'm not plastering it, I'm just veiling. It's just a vague lines between. Might be you feel that there's no crack there, but when you use it, you'll find that it covers the joints perfectly well.
You don't have any risk of it like shutting off after it's sprayed?
No, because when it's sprayed, this tool will be covered with the sealer that is going to be sprayed on it.
So you're going to spray a sealer after you do this?
After this is
just like
a
main spray?
Yes, this is just sanding, rough sanding, and then we go through the necessary protocol.
Okay. It smells like liquor.
I thought you'd say it smells like Q-Tex. Because it's the same thing that is used in Q-Tex or paint, yes.
Yeah. It smells like some form of alcohol.
Yeah, well, The base in it is alcoholic base. The sealer is like that. So all of this will be sanded out and just pour some closing and those little dented area that is there. When I'm through, it should be one balanced, uniform thing. So
by tomorrow it finish.
Tomorrow this will be dried. By the next 45 minutes, the process will dry. This will dry, and then
so you can sand it off as soon as it is
dried and then
dry.
sprayed. Yeah, and the job would have been completed.
Would have been completed.
It was said once there was a man who went out and the client came and saw him doing something like this, filling the surfaces. So the client asked, why are you putting all of that dirty thing onto the job? The gentleman replied, this dirty thing, when it's used, it fitted the joints properly and it is stronger than the joints. The client response was, all right, since it is stronger than the joint, use all of it and make the job itself. It is not true. Never use fillers to do a job. It just enhances the joints.
So you don't really give it any strength, it just makes it look good.
Yes, it's just for aesthetic purposes. It's not a strength now.
Okay. So this filling out the joints, estimated time probably about 10 minutes. You'll finish. So yeah, about 10 minutes you'll finish.
I'm finishing it up now, right now. About 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, the task can be completed.
So you're gonna fill the joints inside the.
It's not the joints, it's just the cracks or what you call holes or little indents. Yes, that are there. You just want to close them. The way the joints are. Yeah, because the joints is already closed. It's just that the little remaining air space that is there, you're just filling it out. You understand? So it's not really filling the joints. It's just the cracks that are there. And I say cracks, not crocs. Right, you remember the screws that was in it? Now after I remove the screws, I just fill the area also.
So why do you place the screws in it?
It is just for holding the joints together, but it is not necessary. Sometimes we use what is known as dowel with a wooden surface. You just use the drill to bore the board itself, and then use a wooden dowel on both sides, bore from one side to the next, and drive it through and sand it down to hold the joint itself in place.
So question, like this is at the top. You normally when you're moving furniture, you tend, or when you put it on the top, would the top or moving the furniture actually have this chip away? Because it's not like a piece of the board, it's like a filler.
Well, what I'm doing here now, when I'm through with actually sanding off the excess that is there, it will remain the same. Board will remain. The board itself will remain. You understand?
Yeah, but I know the board will remain. But
this is gonna remain, but this will not.
But the siding,
it will not strip off.
Okay.
You directly have to hit it to break it off.
Hit it or hit it?
This in work, in the application of work, includes that terms used are not necessary prerogative. You understand? So you have to be careful that whatever you say when using certain terms, right? Gluing, you have some, you call it winding, and you have different grooves and different moves.
Like slapping.
Yes, slapping. Some people might say strike. It depends on where you are, what
Grinding
you're doing.
or
Grabbing
rubbing.
and rubbing. All of those are different.
Pushing.
Yes. So it's just like we differentiate with timber also to make people have an understanding of the botanical distinction of timber, softwood and hardwood.
Hardwood.
Yes, it has nothing to do with the hardness or the softness of the timber. It's just a botanical distinction, way of identifying the material, how to use the material. But people in our language and in our society have terms that they use, and it mess up the language itself or the jargons that we use. So let us be careful.
Hardwood and softwood.
Yes, sir.
So the material that is used to build this, would you say it is hardwood or softwood?
Perfectly right, sir. That we are using a material now that is softwood, cedar. Even though
Cedar is a softwood?
even though cedar shed its leaf, I must explain to you that softwood, cedar itself is a softwood.
Softwood?
Yes. And
I never know.
Yes, that's
I thought
that's
that cedar was a
an
hardwood.
No, it is not.
Mahogany is a softwood though. A hardwood.
Hardwood, sir.
Hardwood.
And this teak here is hardwood. Not teak, oak. Okay, sorry. I'm used to working with the teak. So, teak is another nice timber to use to make these fancy jobs, and I like the work that it does, like especially with doors and those things, frames and those things. It gives a nice finish.
And regarding hardwood and softwood, you want to put bagasse board or
No, I don't normally use bagasse. In this time and age, I don't use manufactured board much, other than the ply.
use everything natural.
Yes.
No addition, no.
No, I don't use much bagasse in my work.
In your woodwork.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so in a few minutes that will dry, and I will
So you're
get the
not
process.
going to work inside?
No, you don't have to, because if you look inside, it's closed. You
Is it because
It's not because
is it because
it's interior, but
interior you don't really pay much
no,
attention
it's
to
not
the interior?
that. I do pay attention. If you realize that what happens is that when using the machine at a certain angle, it gives certain leverage, and you have certain advantage of using it.
Okay. So this board is going to be there, or is going to?
I just use that as a sample to do something.
Okay. Okay. This is the sawdust, right?
Yeah,
that you actually use
yes.
to make the filler,
Mm-hmm.
right? So do you specify, like for example, you use the sawdust for mahogany, or the sawdust for cedar, or the sawdust for oak,
Right.
or you just mix up all of them whenever,
Alright,
because it's just a filler, right?
You see,
Yeah.
if I'm doing a natural job and it's cedar,
Yeah,
and I have fillings to do on the cedar board,
yeah.
I are mahogany, which have the same texture, the same color ration. I use the cedar.
So hold on, because it is cedar, when you mix it, will it remain dark color?
Yes,
Same way?
same way.
Even if it's natural, so therefore
Yes,
to show
it won't show the difference much.
even although you spray it the
Yes,
natural color,
it won't show the difference.
so you'd have to use a lighter color filler.
If it is artificial color, you'd use a different color. But since it's cedar,
Yeah.
and it's cedar board I'm working with, I just use it, and
Okay.
it will just show. When this dry, it will get back some of the color, get brown. It won't be as it is here now, dark brown.
Okay, okay.
And this is not black, it's just dark brown. When it dries, it will come back like you see the shade here, that seems it's brown.
Yeah.
That's how it will remain constant and getting brown to match back the surface of what I'm working with.
And as I say, the person who owns the furniture, own whatever you build, they won't be able to recognize that this have been used as to filter out the oils.
No, they can't unless they use something because to really see the spot, or like you see a spot, a mark, and take something and dig in it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's just like using the same furniture, automotive finish furnishing thing and cover it. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna seal it and use the natural stain out the area to get back a uniform balance of cedar texture right across the board.
Okay, okay. Alright. Thank you very much for your time. I'll be back to see you do more work on the table. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you
Peace
very
out.
much,
Catch
sir.
you next time. Bye bye.